I made her think I was over it. I said I didn't care anymore. I told her they looked good together. I smiled and acted like it didn't hurt. She believed me. I started inviting them both over at the same time. I'd leave them alone in the room. I'd step out to take a call or grab something. I watched from the corner of my eye. I watched them fall into the trap. Every touch, every smile, every secret look, I let it happen. My sister began to brag. She sent me pictures of them on dates. She posted about him online. She made sure I saw it all. One day, she looked me straight in the face and said, "He told me he never really loved you. It was always me." I didn't react. I just nodded and said, "Maybe you're right." But I was taking notes. I saved every post, every text. I took screenshots. I recorded voice notes when I could. I saved everything. Not because I needed proof. He had already proven who he was, but because I wanted to be ready. I didn't know how it would end yet, but I knew I needed all the pieces. At the same time, I started planting small ideas in Noah's head. I told him little things about my sister. Lies, but close enough to sound real. I said she had a trust fund, that she would come into money soon from a family account. That she didn't talk about it because she didn't want people using her. I said our family had land that was going to sell soon. Big money, private, quiet. His face changed when I told him just a little, but I saw it. He leaned in. He started asking questions, casual at first, like, "So, your sister's into business, right? Or she mentioned something about her family having property?" I just smiled and said, "Yeah, she keeps it quiet." He took the bait. He started giving her more attention, more charm, more effort. He brought her gifts, asked to see her more, and started talking about the future. She thought she had finally won. She couldn't stop smiling. I watched it all like a movie I'd seen before, except this time I knew the ending. She thought she was stealing him from. He thought he was stepping into something rich and easy. They were both wrong, and I was the one holding the match. Noah starts asking her sister for expensive things. At first, it's small. New shoes, a fancy dinner, a weekend trip just to relax. She pays without thinking. She wants to impress him. She wants to keep him close, so she says yes to everything. Then he brings up a business idea. He tells her about a new app he wants to launch. He says it's a smart move. He says she can invest early and make a lot of money back. She laughs it off the first time. She says she doesn't know anything about business, but he keeps bringing it up. He talks about it like it's a real thing. He tells her it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance, and she's lucky he's letting her in. She still doesn't take it seriously until one day she checks her credit card and sees charges she didn't make. Expensive ones, online purchases, payments she doesn't remember. She looks closer and sees her bank account is lower than it should be. She calls the bank, asks questions. She finds out someone has been moving money between her cards. Someone who had access to her phone, to her apps. Someone who knew her password. She goes to Noah angry and confused. She asks him if he knows anything. His face changes, but just for a second. Then he smiles. He tells her she's overthinking, that maybe she just forgot what she spent, that it happens to everyone, that maybe her bank made a mistake. She says she's not stupid. He says, "I didn't say you were." She brings up the charges again. He tells her, "You told me I could use your card once, remember?" She says, "No, she didn't." He says, "She did." She starts to doubt herself. She goes quiet. He leans in calm and smooth. "Why are you making this a big deal? I thought you trusted me. Why are you acting like this now?" She stares at him. He looks at her like she's the problem, like she's overreacting. He makes her feel crazy, just like she used to make me feel. She tries to argue again, but he cuts her off. He tells her he's tired of the drama. That maybe she's not ready for someone like him. That maybe they should take a break. She doesn't say anything. She just sits there confused, quiet, lost. For the first time, I see her face the way mine used to look. I watch it all from the side. She doesn't know I know. She doesn't know I see the truth now. She used to be the one who caused the pain. Now she's the one feeling it. And I don't stop it. I just watch. My sister came to me with tears in her eye. Her voice was low and shaky when she said, "I think he's scamming me." She didn't look like the girl who always smiled, always won. She looked tired, scared, and confused. Her clothes were wrinkled. Her face was pale. Her hands were shaking as she spoke. I sat still and looked at her. I nodded slowly. Then I said, "That's what it feels like, huh?" She blinked at me like she wasn't sure what she just heard. I didn't explain myself. I didn't comfort her. I just let the words hang in the air. She started telling me more. Her credit cards were maxed out. Her savings account had less than $100. Her phone had alerts for strange payments. She called Noah again and again, but he didn't answer. She texted him, begged him to reply. Nothing. He was gone. His car wasn't in the spot he always parked it. His number went straight to voicemail. He wasn't at his apartment. She even drove past his friend's place. No one had seen him. 2 full days passed. No text, no call, nothing. She broke down in my living room. She curled up on the couch and cried into her hand. The same sister who once laughed in my face after stealing the man I loved was now shaking and silent. "I don't know what to do," she said. "I feel so stupid." I didn't answer right away. I looked at her and thought about everything. All the times she ruined things for me. All the times she walked away without guilt. All the times I stayed quiet while she laughed. Now she finally knew what it felt like to be used, to be lied to give your trust to someone who only wanted to take. Noah took everything he could and left. Her money, her peace, her pride. And he didn't even leave a note, just silence. I didn't ask her what she was going to do. I didn't offer advice. I didn't hug her. This time, I let her sit in it because now she understood. She had always played games with people's hearts. Now, someone played the same game with her, and they played it better. She looked at me through red eyes and said, "He never cared about me, did he?" I gave a small shake of my head. "No," I said softly. "He didn't?" She nodded slowly like she already knew the answer. Her shoulders dropped. She looked empty. The house of lies she built around herself had finally fallen. Noah was the one who knocked it over, but I had handed him the first brick. And I didn't feel bad. Not at all. She sat in silence, eyes swollen, lips trembling, fingers clenched. I waited. When her breathing slowed, I picked up my phone, unlocked it, and opened the folder. Screens glowed between us as I handed it over. Her eyebrows pulled together as she read, confusion shifting to disbelief. The first message showed details she never imagined. Calmly, I watched her expression change with each swipe. There, in plain words, were the conversations, my messages with him. Lines where I explained how easily she could be pulled in, how praise made her weak, how charm worked every time, how a few smooth lies whispered at the right moment would be enough. He'd answered. "She's already halfway there." Another said, "It's like she wants to be used." Her mouth opened. No sound came out. "You knew?" She asked, voice barely a breath. I nodded once. You didn't stop it. I didn't want to. She blinked fast, still trying to understand. It was all fake, she asked. From the start, I replied. She dropped the phone onto her lap. Why? She whispered. Because you needed it, I said. You needed to feel what you've done to others. Her face went pale. You thought you took him, I continued. But I gave him. She stared down, jaw tight, mind spinning. No anger, no denial, just silence. I told him what to say, I said. What you'd fall for, when to press harder, where to aim. Tears rolled down, but she didn't wipe them. One final message sat waiting. You're sure she won't see it coming? She never does, I had replied. She read it twice. Every word, every move, every lie, your story this time, I said. She looked up. No one stole anything from me, I added. You walked straight in. She didn't argue. She didn't beg. She just sat there finally seeing the truth clearly, fully, painfully. And I sat across from her, not sad, not proud, just finished. She stayed in her room for days. Quiet. No more loud laughs. No more smug looks. Just silence. Her phone stopped lighting up. Her inbox filled with bills and payment warning. Credit cards frozen. Bank account almost empty. Noah was gone. So was her pride. No one came to save her. No one believed her stories. She had no one to blame but herself. This time, there was no one left to trick. I watched her struggle without saying a word. I didn't offer help. I didn't smile either. I simply let her feel it. Everything she had made others feel. I didn't celebrate. I didn't gloat. But something in me felt still, peaceful. For the first time, I felt light, like I'd finally stepped out of a dark room I'd lived in too long. She couldn't hurt me anymore. The power she once had over me was gone. I started going out again. I picked up old hobbies, saw friends I hadn't seen in months, even smiled at strangers. I never thought revenge would make me feel good, but it didn't make me feel bad either. It felt fair. Maybe I should have felt guilt, but I didn't. Not even a little. I had been quiet too long. I had watched her ruin things too many times. This time, I didn't let it happen. I took control. Weeks passed. My phone buzzed one night as I sat reading. Unknown number. I almost ignored it, but the message caught my eye. You don't know me, but I knew Noah, too. Looks like we both played him. Call me. I stared at the screen for a moment, then smiled. Do you think she went too far by setting Noah up, or was it the only way to make her sister finally understand? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want more twisted revenge stories like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new one.